Saye is a brand built around one core idea. Innovation must translate into real action. From the beginning, the company has focused on rethinking footwear through material research, exploring plant-based alternatives such as cactus, mango, and more recently, lining, an underused natural component with a strong potential for the future of sustainable materials. But innovation at Saye goes beyond experimentation. Its development is tested against the strict performance standards, ensuring durability, comfort, and scalability. Combined with a pre-order logic and a data-driven approach to measuring environmental impact, the brand integrates sustainability directly into the product development and operations. Let's see how Saye is changing the game.
To me, conscious fashion is a very ambitious goal and also a very difficult path, but yet necessary. I think there are only a few people who are determined to pursue it. I just feel like a lot of people have the mindset of, well, it's not gonna happen in my generation, so fuck it. But there are also people who learn from the past and can achieve a balanced future. A future where bigger is not necessarily better, or slower can be faster, or less can be more. The truth is that there's so much to do. There are definitely many things to change, and what each person does makes a difference. So you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make.
Alfonso, welcome and thank you for being part of the 080 Barcelona Fashion Connect.
Thank you very much for inviting me here.
Saye explores innovative materials including bio-based inputs such as cactus, mango, lignin, or other plant-derived components. What technical and operational challenges arise when introducing these materials in footwear, and how do you ensure durability and performance? This should be tough. This is a challenge, of course.
It is a big challenge. You must know that Saye was founded 8 years ago in a sector that mainly uses petroleum-based materials like PU. So we started exploring different materials, such as some of them you mentioned it already. And mostly, many of our shoes are made of corn, a bio-based material. And then we are exploring others, like lignin. Lignin is coming from the wood, exactly from the waste industry of the paper. And we already launched the new lignin model, and we're having quite success. And in the meantime, we're exploring other materials. Not easy because there's a scarcity of these materials, but lignin is one of them. And then we are also exploring others coming from coffee and even from mushrooms. So it's a big challenge, but we know we must be there because it's part of our DNA.
But innovation, I assume, that requires close supplier cooperation. How do you balance experimentation with bio-based inputs while maintaining margins and scalability?
Exactly. So one of the most difficult things is to have a very close collaboration with suppliers across the value chains, not only from the ones you produce, but also with the ones that produce the materials. And this is why, first of all, we avoid producing in Asia. We need close partners, and in this case, 100% of our shoes are made in Portugal. This ensures us fast reactions, being very agile in order to detect if some materials are not working. And in our case, what we do is, for every new prototype, we test it in advance, and we ensure the durability, because first of all, it's sustainable materials, but second is durability, because if you have a shoe that is destroyed after 2 weeks, it's not going to be sustainable. So this is key from our perspective.
And walking the talk defines your philosophy of intentional action. How do you ensure this principle is consistently reflected across product development, sourcing, and also internal culture?
So walking the talk, well, let's say first Saye. Saye means say yes to change, a change of customer behavior, a way of producing, and then walk the talk is kind of our slogan. It means leading by example, leading by doing. So we are a brand that is not really communicating a lot what we do. So we do much more than we say in a sector that I think greenwashing is the fashion, right?
Yeah.
So all
You
the
go the other way.
yes, I mean, we know we have to improve our marketing communication, but I think that the product needs to talk, and walk the talk from our side is ensuring what we do is at least having an analysis behind. So we work closely with a tech company that is auditing the value chains. So since the product is being produced till our warehouse, we have the traceability of all the steps, and this is something that you can see in our catalog and also in our website.
And tree planting initiatives are part of your impact strategy. How do you integrate this action within a broader roadmap focused on measurable footprint reduction rather than symbolic compensation?
So Saye is a fashion company, but from our perspective, sustainability should be ensured through materials. This is something we already talked about, and then the impact, no? What is happening after the purchases or the customer behavior. So how we can give back to the planet. So we almost reached 400,000 trees now planted worldwide, mostly in Africa.
Impressive
And
numbers.
yes, so we're very happy, and hopefully in May we will reach this number. So we are planting 2 trees every pair of shoes that are sold, and now we are also planting kelp in British Columbia, and I think one of my wishes is not just to give back to the nature, but also start doing a kind of giving back to education, because I think that also we need to improve how people understand sustainability.
That's really insightful. And looking ahead, what are your strategic priorities? International expansion, deeper material research and development, retail growth, or consolidating Saye as a benchmark in conscious European footwear?
Well, difficult question, because I would say yes, more or less all the questions, because we're already an international brand. So 96% of our sales are coming from outside Spain.
Oh, wow.
But it is true that we were a pure player, and nowadays it is difficult to be profitable if you are just in the e-commerce channel. And this is why many brands are also entering different markets like wholesale and retail. So to open pop-up stores and direct-owned stores is one of our strategic main drivers for the coming years. And then, of course, keeping exploring different materials, because this is part of our DNA. And as I said, so keeping planting trees, kelp, and who knows if we can give back also to the society through better education.
That's really nice. Thank you so much for sharing all these insights of Saye, and of course, say yes to change.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Saye is structuring its growth around 3 clear pillars: material innovation, product evolution, and international expansion. By working closely with suppliers, testing new materials progressively, and expanding its product range, the brand is building a model that balances experimentation with commercial viability. At the same time, its commitment to measuring and reducing environmental impact ensures that sustainability remains embedded in every decision, from design to distribution. Looking ahead, Saye is positioning itself as a benchmark in conscious European footwear, combining innovation, performance, and responsively scale.